So, last time we finished the Ring of Hunts and nothing happened.
What? Something must have happened.
I mean, yeah, something must have. Let's take a quick lap, see what we can find.
There's gotta be something really obvious.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of flans down here, but I'm pretty sure they've always been here.
I guess the weather here was always like this. This is like one of those places where there's just environment effects.
It could be. I think the weather just kind of changes randomly, though.
We've got the behemoth running around.
There's our Adamantoise buddy off there in the distance. That's not new.
No, this is all those... Whoa. You got those summoning assholes. Cocoon is still fucked. Even though canonically it's not. Well, canonically it's even more fucked, but, you know, post-game.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing much. There's our armadillo buddies. That's up where Harry would be.
Did it change the treasure?
I don't think so.
Like, come on, it's gotta be something. Is it the birds?
There's the ring.
Because all those birds are still here.
Yeah, there's an Adamantiolid.
Those are definitely not new.
Well, I think he was there?
Oh yeah, he's that one guy who's like... He's camped in front of one of the entrances to the... There's some stuff around the back of him, but there's another way to get there, so no one cares about that. No, I got nothing.
Yeah, no, nothing's happening here. Yep, see, there's behind that guy. Or, no, this is actually a different one, I think. This is the other way you could get back to where he is.
Yeah, I told you the whole thing was pointless. Well...
Alright, I think we're gonna head up north here in a second.
So, like... They really, really, really could have made this a little more obvious. Because now, all bullshit and pretending aside, I do actually kind of get, well, once you know what it is that they did, you kind of see what they were going for with this stupid thing. But at no point...
But there is absolutely zero indication that anything has changed. And believe me, something has changed. Something very important.
Did you see what it was? Because nobody, well, we sure as hell didn't the first time playing through. Unless, of course, you were totally forewarned about it, in which case, sure, whatever, but that's cheating.
Yeah, and I mean, hell, even in this, we really still don't have any idea what's changed yet.
So, can we tell him?
Almost. Because, at this point, this is the point where I'm still kind of looking around. Because, alright, there's the,
We still want to drive this point home a little more, I guess.
It didn't seem this long when I was editing it, but whatever.
Oh well. What's a little repetition, huh?
Alright, so yeah. The thing that it changed is our big friends.
The Adamantoises.
Yeah, like we said that was an Adamantiolid. That's not an Adamantiolid anymore.
It's a palette swap of an Adamantiolid. Did you notice? Huh? Did you guys notice? I bet you didn't notice.
No, I'm gonna say no, and you didn't notice because they look basically identical.
And the Adamantoises?
Oh lord, we will get to what the Adamantoises became in just a second.
Bet you didn't notice them either, again, because, aside from being a slightly bluer, I guess?
I think it's the tusks that are different, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of astounding that with the actual detail that they managed to put into some of these models, even even a couple of the palette swapped enemy series that you find still have, actual notable, appreciable, very obvious differences between the models, even if they're all animated the exact same and have basically the same moves. So why couldn't we have got that for one of these assholes? Oh, it's the belts.
It's the belts? It might be the belt. Oh, you know what it probably... Why does it have belts on its legs?
Nomura!
Okay, so yeah, this is not an Adamantoise. This is a Longui. This is the biggest and baddest Adamantoise the game can throw at you.
And by big and bad, we mean it has arbitrarily larger numbers, and also this thing.
So yeah, you'd be forgiven for not realizing it because the damage numbers happened off-screen, but that was about 40,000 damage to Fang.
Yeah, it's pretty painful. So it just drops those whenever it feels like it.
Well, it should be noted, aside from dropping them whenever it feels like it, it will always open the fight with one.
Ah, yes. Just in case you weren't paying attention.
Right, so if you don't... So literally, right from the start, if you cannot eat a 40k damage attack, that's it, the fight's over. You don't even get to fight it.
Yeah, you better open in Triple Sentinel or some shit. Notice the use of lightning and elude there.
Yeah, so as you can see there, lightning took like 3,000 damage out of that whole thing, because elude just let her totally dodge the attack.
Dodge roll is OP. So, these guys are basically identical to Adamantoises, they just have bigger numbers and drop Ultima. And if I recall correctly, they also have an annoying thing called Bay.
Yes, they do. Bay inflicts daze on the entire party.
Oh yes.
Which they will frequently follow up with by an Ultima.
Oh yeah, that's a fun one, because you can't do any defensive moves. It's like... And I don't think there's any way other than, having Veil up to really defend against Bay.
Yeah, no, that's what it is, and you're gonna take it, and that's probably the end of the fight if it hits.
It's kind of a mechanical oversight, really, in that there's all this defensive stuff, and yet there's no way to counteract if you know that a whole bunch of really annoying debuffs are coming in. There's not a whole lot you can do about it, other than, try to tank the result, but you can't, take preventative action against debuffs coming in.
Yeah, I mean, Veil is really the only thing that protects you against debuffs, and that's... yeah.
Maybe you can, elude them or something, but, that's not the thing that most characters can do. I get it. I mean, for the most part, the idea is that the correct quote-unquote way to handle debuffs is to be ready to counteract them with either Asuna or the appropriate opposite buff immediately. But obviously, Daze you can't really do that with, because there's no cure for it, other than just not dying before it wears off. I think if one person is dazed, then someone else can Isuna them, right?
Yes.
But if your entire party is dazed, then you are straight up fucked. And there is nothing that you can do. And more importantly, there's nothing like we said, there's nothing you can do to prevent it happening. So, yeah, it's pretty bullshit. And for all that there is to actually like about this game's combat system, that is a massive oversight, and they fucked up hugely. But possibly they just didn't care because they're enormous assholes. I'm not willing to write that possibility off either. Anyway, note the amount of bother we've had to go to just to take out one of the legs.
Yeah, you really... Again, because he can drop Ultima out of nowhere, you always have to be on top of your health. if you are, like, ever under 10k, you need to, like, stop and heal immediately.
So yeah, this is the funny part. Remember how adamantoises were great for grinding CP? Well, guess what? If you do all circle hunts, there are no more adamantoises. They all get replaced with these assholes, who are an enormous pain to fight, always take forever to kill. You can't really grind them the same way that you can grind adamantoises. They're also invulnerable to death, so you can't cheese them. So once you do the circle hunts, you're basically consigned to only being able to fight these things. So I really hope that if you were planning on CP grinding, you did it before you did those 7 hunts. Otherwise you're fucked.
Yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it. Although you might notice that, we staggered that Longui at like 660% instead of 700. That is actually a property of Lightning's weapon. It has the quick stagger ability, which basically lets it get the close enough stagger, if you will.
Yeah, doesn't it do the escalating thing where the closer it is to stagger, the more likely it is to just play fuck it and instantly stagger it?
Yes. So, like normally this guy would stagger at 700, but we got it for like 660, and then the game was kind of like, close enough, he's staggered now.
Why are you still in Relentless Assault, by the way?
Because I don't have Cerberus on this set.
Well, that's a mistake.
Yes, it was.
Oh well.
So yeah, as you can see, like I said, we knocked off about a third of its HP there, and at this point he gets up and you would repeat the process.
Have fun with that. So yeah, there's one other tremendous dick move. Remember the money grind? Is, you know...
You okay there, Atlas, buddy? I don't think you're supposed to be over here.
Yeah, whatever. So yeah, remember the money grind. I think we talked about this before, but there's the bullshit achievement that requires you to get all the stuff that requires you to spend a bunch of money. And also there's the thing where, you know, like we said, your stats are really very important in the end. It comes down to your equipment, and those all require enormous amounts of money. So, once again, that means you have to fight a bunch of adamantoises, and you can't fight them anymore, you have to fight longuis instead. But they still drop platinum ingots at the same drop rates, so that's okay, except... remember trapezohedrons, the ultimate weapon catalyst. Those have a 1% chance to drop from adamantoises, but they have a 5% chance to drop from longuis. So you'll be seeing a lot more of those. A lot more of the time, you will go into the combat results screen, and you say, hey, I got a thing, oh wait, it's just another fucking trap. That will happen 5 times as often.
Surprise!
It's a real dick move by the game to spring this on you. They don't even drop any more CP, they still only drop 40k, which you can double to 80k with the growth egg. It's like... it's worse in every way. I can't understand why they did it.
Alright, so just very briefly, this is an Adaman Tortoise. This is, like, kind of the middle ground between the pre-circle Adamantoids and the post-circle Longuis.
So it's just slightly more challenging adamantoids?
Yeah. Like, I mean, this whole fight is going to be over in, like, 3 minutes.
Does it have a similar kind of drops?
I don't know what it drops, honestly. I didn't really pay any attention.
Because it's possible that, you know, annoying as it is, that this could be your one way to continue fighting adamantoises. But, you know, something tells me that it probably won't have platinum ingots or some shit. I'd have to look it up.
You see, I'm pretty sure all the tortoises drop platinum ingots and traps just at terrible growth rate, just at terrible rates.
Hmm. Well,
The adult ones, at any rate.
we'll see about that. See, I am reading Adamantoise 25%, Platinum Ingot, Longri 25%, but I am not seeing any other creatures listed here for dropping it. Oh no, here we go. Adamantortoise. Yep, it's the same, it's got the same drop rates. 25% Platinum Ingot, 1% Trapezohedron. So there you go.
Yeah, so it is literally just an adamantoise with slightly bigger numbers.
Well, that's good to know. How far away is it from the Hunt Stone thing?
The Huntstone is in Solia Springs, and this guy is behind where those two adamantoises were blocking.
Oh hey, so you might still have to fight a Longri to get to it, or can you run past it?
You can run past them.
So yeah, that's not at all an unreasonable distance for a player to be running back and forth constantly between, even taking teleport stones into account. No sir. Really, this just seems like it's taking an opportunity to spite you while you're down. So, oh hey, you wanna fight an Adamantoise again? Well, don't worry, we'll let you fight it as long as you want. Fuck you, game.
So yeah, that's actually a really easy fight there. I mean, it's only 3 minutes for the entire thing, and another fucking Genji glove.
Well, hey, I guess that means we can have one of them on all three of our guys now.
But we got one more thing we need to knock off our list real quick, and it is right up those stairs.
I vaguely remember this.
What's that?
Hi.
Oh!
It's so important that SARS gets an entire cutscene to himself to laugh at it.
Stop that already! Oh, you asking for it now. Alright, that does it! Come here, you! Oh, you think you real hot stuff, don't you? You just wait until next time, big guy.
Well, this sure is the thing that's happening.
Head spinning. Don't go hurling now.
He's such a comic relief character.
Alright, so after we see that cutscene, the game has now spawned cactars. So let's go check one out real quick.
Well, they were kind of moderate to medium dicks in Titan's Trials.
Yeah, these guys are decidedly less dicks.
Well, do they still run away really quickly unless you kill them real fast?
Actually no, they stick around and they fight.
Huh. That's very out of character.
So yeah, but as you can see, all 7s for HP, 77 chain resistance, yada yada yada.
Very gimmicky.
But yeah, he's pretty much all this guy does. He runs around and he kicks you.
So, not really very much of a concern then.
He probably runs if you take too long, but...
Yeah.
I mean, he has less than 1 million HP. It should not take very long to put him down.
Oh well. Drops are probably pretty good, knowing cactors, generally. Of course, only 5k CP.
Alright, but now that we've fought a cactar and seen that cutscene, this hunt has opened up.
Well then.
Right, and naturally, to go back, we have to go back to where we saw that cutscene to take this guy on.
Looks like they do have some drops. They have 5% chance of Chocobo Plume and 1% chance of Cactuar Doll.
I think our prickly green pest.
Which, as I recall, Cactuar Dolls are a thing that you sell for lots of money. Also,
Yeah, he got a little bit bigger than last time.
I know that trot. It is you, isn't it?
they
Find yourself some fertilizer.
don't they all run like that? How does he know it's the same?
Saz, were you really trying to grab that?
Outrun by a cactus. Twice.
See, if he knows it's a cactus, why was he trying to grab it?
Playing with me? I'll wipe that smirk off your face. Teach you to mess with sand.
Okay then.
Okay, so Gigantor, he has one trick. 10,000 needles does 10,000 damage. And it also inflicts pain and fog.
Well, that's an enormous shit.
That is the only thing that he does. He is immune to all debuffs, except daze.
So, in theory, you can keep him under control with a Sentinel. If he only does that bullshit to one person. I mean, I remember trying to fight this guy relatively early, and it completely fucked my shiz up, because 10k was a lot of damage when you're not at full stats. And eventually you end up with pain and fog on everyone, which means that you are literally entirely helpless.
So, yeah, I mean, in our case, the easiest thing for us to do is pretty much to just... Pretty much, because they just blitz him with Cerberus. Because he only has about 1 million HP himself. He's just a massive dick because of 10,000 needles.
Yeah. Oh, that's over. Oh, this had better be some kind of amazing drop. Nope.
Nope, he has the same drops as the regular one. Alright, so... Next time, won't you join us for the grand finale?
Oh boy.